Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the top 5 Android boxes on the market today. Let's do it. All right, guys, we're going to go through all of these boxes right now, one by one. And what I want from you is at the end of the video, you're going to want to stay to the end, guys, because I'm going to have everybody vote. I'm going to have you comment down in the bottom. Let me know which one of these boxes you like the best based on my demonstrations and why. And I'm going to give away the one box that has the most votes, the one that's commented about the most of all 5 of these. I'm going to give away one. I'm going to do a random drawing to all the comments on this video at the end of the month. So make sure you comment down below. Let me know which box you like the best. Even if you have one of the boxes and you think it's the best, comment that down below and I will enter that to the drawing. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. Let's get right to it. The MX10 Pro 6K box. This is a box that we did a review on not too long ago. It was a very popular box based on the reviews I've done, and they sold out very, very fast. So there's some pros and cons that I want to talk about with this video. If you want a more in-depth video on this, where you can actually watch me use it and use the Android 9.0 interface, you can watch my video on the MX10 Pro. Just click on our name and then click on videos, and you'll see all our videos, including this one we've already done. But let me just talk really fast about the MX10 Pro 6K box. It is very popular. A few of the reasons that it is popular are: the price is without question the best advantage of this box, and that's one of the reasons it sold out so very, very fast. So the price is definitely good for what you get. And some of the things that you get are the expansion capability. So this particular box has 4 USB ports in addition to a built-in Ethernet port, as well as the SDMMC additional storage capacity ability, so you can move things to and from this box very, very easily. So expansion, there is not a better box that I know of out there in this price range. So price and expansion are big parts of it. And then ease of use. I don't know if you've had a chance to use Android boxes in the past, but some of them come completely bare bones and some of them come with the basics preloaded. This one has the basics preloaded with a very easy to use format. So for these reasons, this box is fantastic. Now, as far as cons go, one of the biggest cons, and this is very similar with most Android boxes, but it has a useless remote. And what I mean by that is the remote is so useless that a lot of times when you buy these boxes, they give you a gyro pad or some other remote with the box as a freebie because they know it is a big problem. It's loud, it clicks, it's annoying, it's hard to use at times, and it's just bare bones. You can use this remote on just about any Android box too, which is rather unique, is the fact that the same remote can be used with a lot of different Android boxes. If you have more than one box, you can use it on a different one, which is kind of nice, but it's pretty much a useless remote. Another problem with this box that a lot of people encountered that bought it was the slow delivery. If you got lucky enough to get in the beginning, they had them available. When I did my video, they were available, but like I said before, it was a very popular video, and so very, very quickly they sold out. Once they sell out, it is hard to get. It could be months before you get it. So if you did order one and you haven't gotten it, it's probably back order. You might want to consider purchasing from another source. I will be putting links in the description for all of these boxes that are available right now. So you have to jump on them if you want them, but that is part of the big problems with a popular box like this is slow delivery. And finally, you must add your own apps. This is a con. I know this is very common with a lot of Android boxes, and a lot of you guys are used to that. And that's why I do my videos, and one of the reasons why my YouTube channel is so successful is because I do show you how to put these apps and use these apps on your Android boxes or Fire Sticks or whatever device you're using. But it is cumbersome because you have to constantly update them. You have to add them, you have to update them, you have to manage them. You are basically your own tech support, which is fine because without that, I wouldn't have a job on YouTube. I wouldn't be able to help you guys because you'd have it all yourself. But it is considered a con because there are other Android boxes that have more preloaded. So that's something to consider when you're buying this box Are you more hands-on? Are you semi-techie, or can you watch one of my videos and figure it out yourself? You can save some money by getting a box like this, but you do have to maintain your own apps. The next one I'm going to talk about is the SuperBox. Now, I've done a few videos on the SuperBox in the past. If you haven't watched those videos, you can actually see the screen so you know what I'm talking about if you watch those videos, so make sure to check those out. But the first and without question the biggest pro of having the SuperBox over any other Android box on the market today is the free TV for life. You heard that right, guys. Free TV for life. It doesn't cost you anything. There's no monthly fees. There is no residual fees. If you want sports packages, if you want pay-per-view, whatever it is that you want, it is included with this box for life. And I've had it for quite a while now. I have one in every single room in my house. I absolutely love it. Without question, my favorite box. I still run other boxes so that I can bring other options to you guys. But without question, I switch it right over to the SuperBox as soon as I can because of the free TV for life. You don't need an IPTV service. You don't need a movie service like Cinema HD or Zenny TV or any of these because it's all built in. And when I say free TV for life, it's also free on-demand movies for life, and they update the box for you, so you don't have to go in all the time and update it and constantly look for the latest and greatest apps out there because it already has it built into this box. You can still expand it, you can still add things to it, but free TV for life without question is the biggest pro on this box. There's no channel that it doesn't have, at least for the US market, Canada market, Philippine market, Latino market. It seems to have all those. It's got a lot of sports channels for the UK market as well. So it really covers the world. It's unlocked, so it's good anywhere. So the free TV for life is the #1 pro without question. The second thing is the dual band Wi-Fi. It's really nice to have that because I have a dual band router. Now you have the 2.4 and the 5.0. So if you have one of these routers that has dual band as well, you can get the most speed out of your router on a box like this versus another Android box that just has the 2.4. I'm not going to name it, specific boxes, but the majority of them don't have the dual band Wi-Fi, which is really, really nice. This box has an antenna that sticks out the back, which a lot of people don't like, but by having that, you're going to pick up that signal a little bit better, and you're going to have a smoother transition. It also supports 6K at 60 frames per second, so this thing is blazing fast. It's really fantastic. You're not going to get those freezing images or where it freezes while you're playing it, which leads me to the next one of no buffering. Guys, buffering is a huge thing when you are streaming, and a box like this can work with a little bit slower Wi-Fi. So if you're in a market where your Wi-Fi is just a little bit slower and you just can't get faster, a box like this tends to work a lot better, a lot smoother because of its technology within the box. I know everybody always wants the latest and greatest operating system, and this one has the Nougat 7.0, which I'm going to put on the con side, but the pro version of the pro example of having an old version like 7.0 on there is that it is compatible with all those apps that you might want to add to it. Not only that, it doesn't take as many resources off of your Android box, so it's actually going to run smoother, which again leads to no buffering. So it does have an older operating system, and I know I'm one of those that always wants the latest and greatest and the latest and greatest operating system, but if it works, and this one works really good. Another con about this box is the internal storage. Some of the boxes I do have 32 gigs or 64 gigs, and this one only comes, in fact, one of the boxes I'm going to talk about today has 128 gigabytes of internal storage, which is nice if you're DVRing something and you download it directly to your drive. Now, a box like this, you don't need to because everything is on demand at your fingertips anytime you want it, just about any show or movie out there. So you really don't need to DVR, but if you have one of the other boxes, it's a big thing to think about. But now, with Android boxes, and specifically this one, it comes with 2 internal USB ports, so you can actually just stick a thumb drive in there, and now you just expanded your storage. So it's not that big of a deal, but the fact that it only comes with 16 gigabytes at this price point is rather interesting. I would think that they would have just a little bit more on a box like this. but I just throw my 2 TB drive into it. I don't have any problems at all. Another thing is the initial price. This is probably the biggest con with this box over the other boxes. It is significantly more expensive. Now, it's because of the free TV for life and the fact that they have 24-hour support. If you have any issues, you can just click the little chat on your screen on your TV and you get somebody there to help you, and they have to pay those people. The fact that they update the TV regularly, the movies daily, there's a lot that goes into this. For one initial cost of this box is basically a month or two of cable, and then it's free for life. So if you think of it from value perspective, without question, this is by far the best box of all the ones I'm talking about, but it's also the most expensive upfront cost, your initial price. Like I said, I have one of these in every one of my rooms, and I just can't imagine life without it. How much I've saved, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars going with a cable company. I had DirecTV, I've tried Comcast, I've tried Cox. I've had all these different companies in America that offers these cable services, and then all of a sudden pay-per-view comes on, I have to pay for that. And then you want the NFL package during NFL season. Now you got $40 or $50 a month extra for that. Major League Baseball, extra innings, you got to pay for that. All these things you have to pay for, you don't have to pay on this box. It's great. Okay, guys, that's the pros and cons of the SuperBox. Let's go on to the next one. Now we're going to talk about the T95 box. The T95 box is a beautiful looking box. The outside of it is just it's got a beautiful blue little swirl to it. It's a good looking small box that has the latest operating system. And I feel like they almost rushed this box to the market because they wanted to be the first to have a 10.0 operating system. That's definitely a pro because you're not behind the curve. But there's problems with having the latest and greatest operating system on anything that you pick, whether it's the new Android phone or the new Apple phone or computer. Whenever you have a newer operating system, there tend to be issues with that. But it is a pro to have the latest and greatest, and I'm the kind of guy that always wants the newest. Another pro for this box is the low price. I can't believe this price on this box. I mean, if you're just looking for an entry-level box, you want to learn how to use an Android box, this is a good box to use. Obviously, there's going to be better boxes out there than something like this, but for this price point with the latest operating system, I mean, I had to do a video, guys. If you haven't watched my video on this where I go through it and actually show you how to use it, it's a great video. It'll kind of give you an idea about this box. It's a great box, guys, for the price. It's just a incredibly low price. One of the things I like about this is the fast transition. I mean, this thing is blazing between going screen to screen, app to app. I could not believe how fast not only the system loaded, but how it transitioned from one app to the next app. So I got to give it to them for this. It has the latest operating system, low price, fast transition, 3 things that you want in a box, especially a low budget type box like this one. As far as cons go, of course, not all apps are available for the operating system 10.0 yet, and the box does freeze a lot. I used it recently and it was freezing on certain apps. So, for example, Cinema HD or Zenny TV, it tend to freeze on those ones during movies. And I know it's not the app because the app works great on my Fire Stick, my Fire Cube. My other Android box is perfectly fine, but this one it tends to freeze. And I think it has a lot to do with compatibility with the apps on the latest operating system. I could be wrong on that, but it just seems to be that the apps are freezing on this box more than others. Now, it works fine on Netflix. It works great on Prime. It works great on other apps that are paid apps, but for some reason, some of the third-party apps were freezing if they were available at all for this operating system, which is frustrating because when you get a box, you want it to work right out of the box, ready to go, boom. And this one is one that you kind of get and you use it as apps come out for it. So that could be a bad thing for you. Or if you have other boxes and you just want to hold on to this, that's fine. It's a great price and most apps work, but I just find that a few that I really like don't. So that is a problem. And then you have to add your own app. So if you want a live TV app or if you want to watch movies, stream them, then you have to do it yourself. You have to kind of figure it out. And I have support videos on these, but there is a little bit more to do with this box, especially because it is operating system 10.0. So not everything will work just as well as maybe operating system 9.0 or even better the SuperBox at 7.0 where everything works with it. So this is the T95. Let's go on to the next one. All right, guys, I've got a new one for you. It's HK1 Box. I have not done a review on this one yet. However, I have been using it for a little bit now, so I'm very familiar with it. I'll be doing a full comprehensive review on this box in the next coming weeks. But I just want to talk about it and add it to my list because it definitely is one of the top fives. It's a beautiful looking box. You can just look at the picture of it and just see how beautiful this box really, really is. And it is small. It's hard to tell in the pictures, but it's a very small box. So it'll fit in that little nook and cranny. It does not get hot. It hides in the corner very well. And if you want to show it off, you certainly can because it's a beautiful box. Some of the advantages of this boxes are the pros are the 128 gigabytes of internal storage. Guys, I haven't found one out there that has 128 gigabytes of internal storage, which makes this the ideal box for those of you that like to DVR. So if you have one of those DVR programs out there, apps out there, and I have other videos on how to do that. If you want to learn how to do that, just watch my other videos. But this one has that internal storage. Now, obviously, with any Android box, you can add an external storage, but it's nice to have it already built in. Another advantage of this is if you want to do the Ethernet option, meaning you plug it directly right into your Wi-Fi or your router, it's so much faster to do it that way, and you don't have the issues with dropped signal. And this one has 1,000 megabit Ethernet. Guys, that is crazy. That takes full advantage of my Gigablast modem. Most of these don't. Most of these have a max of 100, maybe 200, 500 at the most. This has 1,000, guys. So if you're able to hardwire this one right into your router, it's going to just be that much faster. You'll take full advantage of it. And if you do want to use Wi-Fi, this has the dual band as well, which is very similar to the SuperBox. So you're going to be able to take advantage of the 2.4 or 5 if you have a dual band router. This box also has Bluetooth, guys. That's pretty nice to have that. So you can add those Bluetooth speakers. You can add a Bluetooth remote. You can add Bluetooth headphones. Whatever it is that you want to add to this via Bluetooth, you can do that. Very similar to how you can with a Fire Stick. So the Bluetooth feature is really, really nice to have in this one. Some of the cons of this box, however, are the price. It's more expensive than some of the other Android boxes in this genre. So this is a box that's not fully loaded. One, you have to add your own apps. It's in the higher price range, not significantly higher, but it is a little pricier. And I like to show more budget Android boxes, and then I'll show the high-end ones like the SuperBox that's fully loaded. This one is in that middle range. So it's a little pricier, but it does have some really, really nice features with the fast internet. It's got USB 3.0. It does 8K at 24 frames per second. So if you're one of those techies that want to know all the specs on it, this one spec-wise is pretty fantastic, but it is a little pricier. Another problem is delivery time. They're always out of stock on these. I had to wait and wait and wait. I wanted to do this video months ago on this box, and I had to wait a couple months to get it, which means you'll probably have to wait a couple months to get it as well. And every once in a while, you might find one here or there on Amazon, but they go very, very fast. And delivery is not as quick as it says. It's always coming from another country. It's just one of those types of boxes. So I'm going to go ahead and do that video, so make sure you follow up on that video that I do, and I'll show you how to get it in the description section quicker and much less expensive. I'll put down in the comments section down below. Another issue with this box, and it's not that big of a deal because you can always add a gyro pad or a nicer Air mouse with a keyboard, and I have videos on how to do that, but the remote control is pretty bad. It's probably one of the worst remotes I've used. It's just really... I don't know if the word I'm using is correct, but janky. I mean, it's just a piece of garbage remote that comes with it. If you're going to have a box that's kind of in this range, you should have a nicer remote, like the SuperBox remote that does so much more than just control the SuperBox, but also your TV and other devices, whereas this one doesn't. It's very, very bare bones. So you'll need to add another remote if you want to get something like this box. But guys, 128 gigabyte storage, 1,000 Ethernet, dual band Wi-Fi, Bluetooth built in. I mean, this is all pretty darn good box, but the price is a little bit much for this one. So that's the HK1 box, and again, I'll be going through a little bit more in depth on this in another video, so make sure you are subscribed, turn on notifications so you don't miss that video. So let's go on to the last one. All right, and the last box that I'm going to review today is one of the newest boxes out there, and I actually recently filmed this video, and I'll be posting a full tutorial video on this box on my channel shortly, so make sure you check that one out. But we're going to include it in this list because it is an extremely popular box. There's a few reasons why it's a popular box. The first and foremost, and probably the most amazing thing about this box is that it is a fully Google certified box. What does that mean to you? That means you get full Google support. It has Google Assistant. So if you're familiar with Fire Sticks, you have the voice assist where you can ask for a program or change channels or whatever you want to do via what's the weather, all kinds of things you can do with Google Assist. And since it's Google certified, if you have any issues, you have Google backing to it. Plus you have the entire Google movie catalog. There are over 500,000 movies, I think, some ridiculous amount of movies available to you. Not all of them are available for free, but a lot of them are available for free if you are willing to watch ads, meaning ads beginning, end, and sometimes even in the middle of your movie. I know it seems kind of annoying, but because this is a Google certified box, you're going to get a lot of that, and it is nice to have all those movies available to you right there, right then, whenever you want. Just watching a few ads, very similar to as if you're watching, regular TV. You're going to have those ads in between those commercials, and there's no way to block those on this box. But that's kind of nice. And another good thing about this box is it has a fantastic remote. Of all the remotes, it's probably the best. It's got 3 hot buttons on it built in to all your best apps that you like on here. So it's really, really nice. And also it has the voice where you can just talk into the remote and tell them what you want, and it does it for you. So on this box, you probably wouldn't want to get, say, a third-party gyro pad or anything like that. You don't really need it on this one unless you're going to be doing a lot of internet browsing, and then you could probably get it just for that and just switch it back and forth. But you can use both at the same time, which is kind of nice about this box. As far as the cons go, because it is a Google certified box, it's a little pricier, so it's going to be on the higher end. It's probably the highest end priced one of all the boxes that are not fully loaded, like the SuperBox, which is the most expensive box of all. But this one is on the high end, considering it's not preloaded. It does have some Google stuff in there that's preloaded, which is nice, like the movie catalog and other things like that. Another thing I noticed about this box, it's a heavier duty box and it runs hot. So if you do have an entertainment center where you'd want to slide this in, it wouldn't be a good idea because it does run really hot. And I noticed that once this box did run hot for us, it did shut down. So it goes through a cool down period. It shouldn't do that. I don't think any of these boxes should ever overheat, but the fan on this thing is also a little bit noisy. So you're going to hear that as well. So you got the noise of it in addition to the heating up, which it's a more powerful box. It has a lot more in it, so it does kind of do that. But I haven't noticed that in any of the other boxes, including the SuperBox or any of those, the HK box, which is a great box as well. I haven't noticed the overheating or the fan noise on either of those. So that's something to think about when you're looking to buy one of these. Also, app compatibility, because it's a Google certified box. I noticed some of the apps don't work from third-party apps. Some of the main ones do, like Cinema HD or Zenny TV, but Kodi has lots of issues with this box, and I don't know why that is, but it does. So if you're a Kodi lover, this might not be the box for you. And some people find this box to be difficult to use. I didn't necessarily find it too difficult to use myself, but a lot of people did. And so I just wanted to let you know that using this box might be a little bit more difficult for those of you that are not as tech savvy, I guess you could say. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was informative to you. If you're looking to buy an Android box, hopefully this guide helps you out. These are the top 5 Android boxes on the market today. Don't forget to comment down below. Let me know which one you like the best, why you like it the best, why you think it's the best, and also any questions you have. I'm going to enter all comments into a drawing for the box that gets the most votes, the one that you guys like the best. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Once again, thanks for watching. Bye. I just want to give a big thank you to those of you that took time out of your day to watch this video. If you'll do us a huge favor, if you haven't already done so, just hit that subscribe button right next door. And if you like this video and you want to see more, we have a video on the far side there we think you're going to love. Thanks again for watching our video. Bye.